Have you seen what's been happening in the T20 World Cup? There's been a pretty unusual development that's got the whole cricket world talking. Pakistan will play the men's 2026 T20 World Cup, but they will not be taking the field against India on the February of the 15th. That's a massive call because India and Pakistan is usually the biggest fixture of any ICC tournament. That's the game everyone waits for. So what exactly is going on here? And what does that mean for the tournament? Let's break it down properly. A few days ago, the government of Pakistan put out a statement on social media saying that the national team has been cleared to travel to Sri Lanka and compete in the World Cup. But in that same statement, there was one very specific line that stood out. The Pakistani team shall not be taking the field for their scheduled group stage match against India on February 15th. Now, this wasn't a normal PCB press release. This came straight from the government. That's important because it shows that this decision goes beyond cricket boards and scheduling disputes. It's being driven at a national level. That alone makes the situation completely different to most controversies we see in sport. When you think about the scale of an India-Pakistan match, you realise why this announcement caused such a reaction. This fixture regularly draws millions of viewers, dominates broadcast schedules, and becomes the centerpiece of entire tournaments. For many fans, this is the World Cup match. So the idea that it's simply not going to happen is something cricket really hasn't had to deal with before. What makes this even more complicated is that there hasn't been a clear cricketing explanation. The statement didn't talk about safety, logistics, or scheduling problems. It was simply a directive not to play India. And that's left a lot of people trying to read between the lines. Some of the background here seems to link back to the recent diplomatic and political tensions, particularly around regional relationships and the ICC handling of scheduling issues involving Bangladesh earlier this year. Pakistan had supported Bangladesh when they raised concerns, and when those concerns weren't accommodated, it seemed that the frustration has carried over into this decision. Now let's talk about the immediate cricketing impact. From a pure cricket perspective, the consequences are pretty serious. If Pakistan don't show up for the match, it'll be recorded as a forfeit. That means India automatically get the points and Pakistan lose them. In a short tournament like a T20 World Cup, where teams might only have to play 4 or 5 group games, losing 2 points without even playing is huge. It puts immediate pressure on every other match Pakistan play. One bad day or a close call could suddenly end their campaign. Then there's also the net run rate factor. A forfeit just doesn't cost points, could also damage the overall standing in the group, which becomes critical when teams are tied. So this one decision could shape the entire group table before a ball is even bowled. And then there's the ICC's response. They've already said that selective participation goes against the spirit and the structure of a global tournament. At the moment, they're still waiting for a formal confirmation from the PCB, but they've made it clear that they're uncomfortable with the situation. The BCCI, meanwhile, has aligned itself with the ICC's position and is staying fairly quiet until the next steps are decided. Beyond the points table, this decision has much bigger implications for the game. The India-Pakistan match is not just a sporting event, it's a commercial engine for world cricket. Broadcasters pay enormous amounts of money, partly because of this one fixture. Sponsors plan campaigns around it. Fans from both countries book time off just to watch the game. So if that match disappears from the schedule, it's not just 2 teams that miss out, it's the entire tournament losing one of its biggest moments. And that naturally raises questions about revenue, future broadcasting deals, and even how ICC events are structured going forward. But perhaps the biggest concern is the precedent that it sets. If a national government can instruct a team to skip one opponent while still competing in the rest of the tournament, where does that leave international sport? Does it open the door for other countries to do the same in the future? And if that happens, can a World Cup still be called a true global competition? Fans are split. Some support the stance and see it as a political statement. Others feel it damages the spirit of the game and punishes players and fans who just want to see cricket played at the highest level. And that tension between national politics and international cricket is now sitting right in the middle of this World Cup. Hence, for me, this situation shows how fragile the line between sport and politics really is. Cricket has always been more than just a game in this part of the world, but moments like this remind you how quickly it can become something else entirely. Whether this decision is reversed or not, it's already changed the conversation around the tournament, and it leaves us with uncomfortable questions about what the future of international cricket might look like if these kinds of decisions become more common. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.